And here I was, thinking that I was done talking about this game. Tower of Fantasy haunts me in my nightmares, and also while I'm awake, clearly, because I just can't seem to get away from it. Originally, I had no intent to make this video, because I have friends who play Tower of Fantasy, and I love them to death, and I wanted to be supportive of their content, and I felt really bad about being negative about something that they love. But then I realized I wouldn't be being true to myself, and though I love them, it also means a lot to me to keep my integrity and to talk about things that I'm passionate about. So today we're talking about Tower of Fantasy's newest drama. Can we even call this drama, or does it go one step beyond that? Now you may be wondering, what could happen this time? Is this about the alleged mean comments they made about Genshin? Well, no, because those were false. The comments that were made by Tower of Fantasy were actually not made by them at all. They were made by people who faked that they worked for the company, TapTap as well as Perfect World, and was debunked very quickly. If you want more information about that sort of issue, there'll be a link to it in the description below. Chaotic, he's a content creator. He goes over the whole situation. He also plays the game and is a wonderful human being, so I hope you drop him a subscribe as well. But now we go into the main part of this video. To understand the core concept of this video, you need to understand a few terminologies. IP, intellectual property, copyright, and plagiarism. Now, these terminologies get thrown around, sometimes without having a true basis. An example being Breath of the Wild and Genshin Impact. Genshin Impact is 100% inspired by Breath of the Wild. There's no way to dispute that. The similarities they have, the core concepts they share, are so eerily similar. But does that make it plagiarism? The answer is no. When it comes to modifying or taking something and creating it as your own, creating one's inspiration from a pre-existing notion is constantly used. An example of that is the Tale of Cinderella, being taken actually from the original tales, the Grimm collection, and the original tale of the Grimm collection, the Grimm brothers who wrote it, being taken from literally mythology. Each time we pass a story down, adapting and changing it over time. None of that makes it plagiarism, but instead makes it adaptations, or their own renditions based off of similar concepts. And then there's what Tower of Fantasy did, which is just stealing and plagiarism. And some of you guys might be fans of this game. And for those of you guys who like the game, I hope you have fun with it. But today we're going to talk about the OOPSIE they made that is so gross that the people who they plagiarized off of are also making tweets about it. So here we are on the Twitter of the person who made the original video that got plagiarized. They made a video that shows the side-by-side comparison of Tower of Fantasy versus the video that they created on the right. Rather than telling you, oh my god, these are the same, I'm gonna let this 1 minute and 36 seconds play out so that you yourselves can see exactly what is happening here. So initially starting off, you're like, oh, well these aren't that similar besides the text and the glitching transitions between. This cannot be that bad. That is misleading. The intros are different, but the core concept is what gets plagiarized. As you see, the same going through the portal, but this time instead, the gateways. Falling down, the exact same landing animation, even into the same text and upside down reflection. Even into the exact same cliff fall and the same landing as well. Even into looking up at the exact same shot. Like, and it gets worse. It keeps going. They even took the small head shake, the exact same things from Hooray. Like, they couldn't even leave the smaller parts alone. They took every single concept side by side. Climbing back up, making it on top. And now we have a revolving shot. And what happens here? The scenery is about to change. that alone shows you that it's not just, oh, we were inspired by the same shot theory. We were inspired by the same transitions, by the same text. Those aspects, if you take certain aspects from something else, that's actually okay. That wouldn't be plagiarism. But they took the exact same shot for shot concept and actions within it to be the exact same. And that's where the issue lies. Because that itself is plagiarism. To be inspired by shots, to be inspired, if they took individual components like that, without actually taking the whole video itself, they would have been fine. This would not have been plagiarism. But they took it like 30 steps too far. Instead of taking one or two things for inspiration, they just took the video. They just took it. So it's pretty hard to dispute that one. Tower of Fantasy has not made a statement about it yet, but the creators of the original video have made a statement. And they want to keep us up to date about more of what they see about it. Oh my god, I didn't see this next post. What does this one say? I'm not negative about any particular country in this regard. This video was produced by a Chinese company, and it was also the Chinese who contacted me about this. He politely told me the situation and asked me to solve the problem. So I don't want this to catch the problem of the unit of country. Very true, because I feel like China actually gets a bad representation of like, oh, China just copies what we do and makes it like whatever, but no. Even the creator themselves is like, hey, that's not a China issue, this is that game studio's issue. This is about this game in particular, and that is a problem. Just wanted to go through that stuff really quickly and talk about it a bit. It's a little bit ranty, but thank you so much for watching. I hope this is the last time I get to cover Tower of Fantasy. I don't want to do this anymore. Like, I don't like reporting on drama for a game that my friends are excited about. But she also cannot be stealing on the main, acting like Swiper off of Dora. Like, are you good? Like, geez, man. Like, cold-blooded robbery in the streets, man. Just knock that ish off and just move on. Anyways, as I said before, I will probably not. I even said earlier, I was like, I'm willing to still give this a shot someday because my friends care about it so much. They're so passionate. They're trying to get on board for it. I might give it a shot just to support them. No, I can't, man. This is just robbery, and why would I ever support something like this? Anyways, that last part is just me being biased to my own rants. The rest of it is just the actual content before you, so hope you enjoyed the video. Make sure to hit the subscribe button, and let me know in the comments below, what game are you excited for in 2022? Alright, later, my dudes!